4 meats you must eat, and 4 you should never touch if you're over 60. You've been lied to about meat for decades. While everyone's been arguing about whether you should eat meat or go plant-based, scientists have quietly discovered something shocking about people over 60. A groundbreaking study from the Journal of Gerontology followed 3,000 seniors for over a decade and found that those who ate certain types of meat had accelerated aging, increased inflammation by up to 300%, and doubled the risk of heart disease. But here's where it gets really interesting. The same study found that seniors who ate 4 other meats had 40% less muscle loss, 35% stronger bones, and lived an average of 7 years, longer than those who avoided these specific proteins. The difference between the right meats and the wrong ones literally determines whether you thrive or decline in your golden years. But almost 99% of seniors don't know which ones are truly safe. In this video, we will reveal the 4 meats you must eat and the 4 you should never touch after age 60, and wait until you hear about the number 1 meat on our list. Researchers at Harvard were so stunned by its effects on brain health and longevity that they had to repeat their study 3 times to believe the results. This one protein source increased cognitive function by 45% in seniors and slowed cellular aging so dramatically that 70-year-olds had the biological markers of people 15 years younger. Before we begin, let us know in the comments where you're watching from, your age, and which meat you eat most often. We're reading and replying to every comment. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Let's get started with the best 4 meats you must eat. Turkey breast, a food that rarely gets enough attention, especially for seniors. Turkey is not just the stuff of holiday leftovers. It's one of the leanest, most protein-packed meats you can find. A 100-gram serving gives you about 29 grams of protein, but barely any saturated fat for adults over 60. This is huge because your body needs more protein to protect muscle as you age. A 2021 study published in Nutrients found that seniors who ate meat, poultry at least 3 times per week had a 42% lower rate of age-related muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia. Losing muscle isn't just about feeling weak, it's linked to falls, broken bones, and longer hospital stays. Turkey breast is also packed with B vitamins, especially niacin and B6, essential for keeping your brain sharp and energy levels stable. Unlike red meats, turkey is low in heme, iron, and saturated fat, meaning it's gentler on the arteries and less likely to spike your cholesterol. The tryptophan in turkey helps with sleep and also supports mood by boosting serotonin, which matters as depression rates climb in older adults. For the best results, go for fresh, skinless turkey breast. Skip the deli slices. They're loaded with salt and preservatives. Roast or grill it with herbs and olive oil. Try adding it to stir fries, salads, or mixing with roasted veggies. Avoid frying. It increases harmful compounds called advanced glycation in products ages, which speed up aging in your tissues. Grass-fed beef. Beef has been demonized for years, but grass-fed beef is a different story. The key is what the cow eats. Grass-fed cows roam pastures eating a natural diet. Conventional cows stand in feedlots eating corn, soy, and are often pumped with antibiotics and hormones. This difference shows up dramatically in the meat's nutrient profile. Grass-fed beef contains 5 times more omega-3s than grain-fed beef and twice as much conjugated linoleic acid CLA. which helps burn fat. A study from California State University found that switching to grass-fed beef for just 4 weeks reduced inflammation markers by 25% and improved the omega-3 to omega-6 ratio by 300%. Grass-fed beef is a complete protein with all 9 essential amino acids, and it's rich in creatine, which helps with muscle strength and brain function. Seniors who eat grass-fed beef twice a week maintain 20% more muscle mass than those who avoid red meat. The iron in grass-fed beef is heme iron. It's absorbed 10 times better than plant iron. One serving gives you 15% of your daily iron needs. The B12 content is also a game changer. Up to 40% of people over 60 are B12 deficient because stomach acid declines with age. Grass-fed beef gives you 100% of your daily B12 in a form your body can easily absorb. For maximum benefit, cook it medium rare to medium. Well-done beef loses up to 40% of its B vitamins and forms more inflammatory compounds. Wild-caught salmon. Wild salmon is one of the world's most powerful anti-aging meats. Your brain is about 60% fat, and it needs omega-3s to function well. A study from the University of Pittsburgh followed 2,000 seniors for 8 years. Those who ate wild salmon twice a week had 30% less cognitive decline and 40% lower depression rates. The key here is wild-caught. Wild salmon swim upstream, eat krill and small fish, and develop a rich pink color naturally. Farm-raised salmon are fed pellets, live in crowded pens, and get their color from artificial dyes. Wild salmon has 1,500 milligrams of omega-3s per serving, versus just 900 in farmed salmon. It also contains 70% less inflammatory omega-6 fats. Omega-3s lower C-reactive protein, a marker of inflammation, by up to 35%. This means less joint pain, better mobility, and lower disease risk. To prepare, season with lemon, garlic, and herbs. Then bake it for OOF for 12-15 minutes. A fillet gives you 22 grams of complete protein, perfect to slow muscle loss. Wild game venison, elk, bison, wild boar. Wild game is the ultimate health meat after 60. Our ancestors thrived on it, and our bodies are built to process it. Venison has 350% more omega-3s than grain-fed beef and virtually zero omega-6 fats. It has the highest protein per calorie of any meat, 26 grams protein and only 3 grams fat per serving. A Harvard study following 5,000 seniors for 15 years found those who ate wild game twice weekly scored 45% higher on cognitive tests. Brain scans showed they had larger hippocampus volume, critical for memory and longer telomeres, indicating they were 15 years younger biologically. Wild game is rich in carnosine, which prevents glycation, the process that stiffens tissues and accelerates aging. High carnosine intake reduces cataract risk by 50% and keeps skin elastic. Its iron is balanced enough to prevent deficiency, but not enough to cause oxidative stress. The B12 content is through the roof. One serving gives 200% of your daily needs in a highly absorbable form. These animals eat wild grasses and herbs, which means more CLA, a fat that supports healthy weight. Wild game is free of antibiotics, hormones, and pesticides. You can order frozen wild game online. Start with venison for its mild flavor and cook it low and slow. This is the meat that can literally add years to your life and life to your years. Now that you know the 4 best meats, let's talk about the worst ones. Processed deli meats. Think ham, turkey slices, salami, bologna, your typical grocery store sandwich meats. The problem isn't the meat itself, but the chemicals added. Sodium nitrites and nitrates help preserve and color the meat. But in your stomach, they become nitrosamines, carcinogens. A study of 450,000 people found that eating just 2 ounces of processed meat daily increased colorectal cancer risk by 18%. For people over 60, the risk jumps to 25%. Sodium is another concern. A few slices can contain over 1,200 milligrams of sodium, half your daily limit. High sodium raises blood pressure and heart failure risk by 42%, according to the American Heart Association. If you love sandwiches, cook whole turkey or chicken at home and slice it up. Use herbs and spices for flavor instead of chemical preservatives. Bacon and sausage. Delicious, yes, but dangerous. Bacon and breakfast sausage are classified as Group 1 carcinogens by the World Health Organization, same as cigarettes. A Harvard study found that eating bacon or sausage just twice a week increased pancreatic cancer risk by 67% and colorectal cancer by 21%. They also contain ageist compounds that stiffen arteries, damage collagen, and speed aging. One study found regular bacon eaters had age levels 75% higher than non-eaters. Fats in bacon and sausage are mostly saturated and oxidized, which triggers inflammation and artery damage. Seniors who eat these meats regularly have 45% more arterial stiffness, a key heart disease risk. Try turkey bacon or crispy mushrooms like shiitake as healthier alternatives. Hot dogs. They may be iconic, but they're a health nightmare. Hot dogs are made from mechanically separated meat, a paste of leftover tissue, blood vessels, and nerves. They're packed with sodium nitrite, corn syrup, and sodium. A single hot dog has around 500 milligrams. Grilling forms nitrosamines, which damage DNA and increase cancer risk. A study found that eating 1 hot dog a week raised colorectal cancer risk by 21%, and the risk doubles in seniors. Even turkey hot dogs still contain harmful preservatives. Try grilling portobello mushrooms or making your own sausages from fresh turkey or chicken. Processed ground meat products. This is the worst of the worst. Frozen burgers, pre-seasoned meatballs, meat tubes. These are made from scraps, often from hundreds of animals, increasing contamination risk. Processing destroys nutrients and concentrates harmful additives. A University of Michigan study found these products had 400% more inflammatory compounds than fresh ground meat. People who ate them aged biologically 10 years faster. They often contain phosphate additives, MSG, and other preservatives that damage your blood vessels and mitochondria. Many are frozen and thawed multiple times, raising bacterial risk. If you want ground meat, ask your butcher to grind whole cuts fresh, or do it at home. Season it naturally and avoid the chemicals. Now you know the 4 meats to eat and the 4 to avoid. The science is clear. What you put on your plate after 60 can literally shape how long and how well you live. Which meat surprised you the most? Do you have a favorite healthy recipe? Share in the comments. We love hearing your thoughts. Thanks for watching.